Talking to Charlton manager Karl Robinson ahead of Saturday's South London derby at home to Millwall. Karl, it was only last month that you were angered by the manner of Charlton's 3-1 defeat at Millwall. Are you still hurting, and is there a move within the camp to make amends on Saturday?
Of course. We're proud to be associated with this football club. I know what this fixture means. I think you've seen automatically after them meeting Bournemouth. The first club they mentioned was us. So I think that just shows you how big the game is. But we're ready for this. Derby games are brilliant. That's why our game is probably the best game in the world. Because of these atmospheres that we can create, and it's going to be bitterly cold in it, but I'm sure the atmosphere will be really warm and very hostile when we come around to 3 o'clock on Saturday.
It's 21 years, and I'm sure you've had this.
Yeah, but people say this. Let's put this right. How many years did we not play them for? So sometimes it can be a little bit. We've not beaten them for a long time. We get that. We understand that. But every run comes to an end. Every run. So we want to be the ones to do that. They'll know how important it is. They'll want to keep the run going. We'll want to break the run. All the talking in the world is meaningless. I said this for the last game. A lot of talking was done, and we didn't perform to the best of our ability. So it's a bit of a waste of time in some ways. But we're in great form. There's 7 points out of 9. I know they're in good form as well coming into this game. But all we can do is worry about ourselves. When you look at what our bench will be on Saturday, we're starting to get close to the team that I want to be a part of. There'll be 1 or 2 things still to be done, hopefully. We're still not the finished article. There'll be probably 4 or 5 changes, certainly probably from last time we played them. And hopefully we'll get it right this time for our fans.
Beat Millwall, and you as Charlton manager are guaranteed instant immortality among the Charlton supporters.
I'm not. They can't have a scouser with immortality in South London. But it's not about me. It's never about me. It's about the badge that we wear every day. The club has immortality in everyone's heart already. So it's not for me to have immortality within that football club. There's been some great people that have passed through this door, this very famous door, and I think it's an honour to be sat and a privilege to be the manager. But at no stage is ever about one person. It's a collective effort, and that's from the terraces to the pitch to the coaching office, right the way through. And like I say, I certainly have a drink if we win. I'll put it that way.
You've had a 2-week break to prepare for the match. Has that been beneficial to the team's focus?
Yeah, they've had a good rest. I can honestly say since I've been here, Saturday, Monday and Tuesday training sessions were probably the best I've been since I've been here. The intensity and the ball speed is starting to quicken up. The intensity and the pressure is starting to get there. We'll be doing more today to get ourselves prepared, and every minute that passes takes us closer to the kick-off time, and that's what we're preparing for.
You've been busy in this transfer window. Will you be handing debuts to any of the newcomers that arrived at the club?
A few, yeah.
You can't elaborate on that?
Not yet, no. There's 1 or 2 obviously changes that we'll make. Some for, some not for. So obviously Foxy's not going to play. So we can definitely guarantee Adam Ola's not going to play. But there's a lot of newness to the group at the moment. There's a lot of getting to know each other again. So that'll take time to build a rapport. And like I say, we're hopefully getting closer and closer to it. Today, Declan Wood's back in training again today. He's trained all week. Ricky Holmes is training with us today. Tony Watts training fully properly today. Jake Forsakaski comes back into the squad obviously after his performance on Monday. He's not trained with the group yet. He's done individual stuff and 23 stuff. So as you can see, there's an awful lot of changes.
You just touched on Tony Watt, a huge crowd favourite at Charlton on his previous stay here.
And a manager's favourite. A manager's favourite as well. What I am seeing in my time here, I think the fans like that bit of individuality. They like that maverick. But a maverick who has a passion for the game. not a maverick who has no desire to play here. And Tony, certainly since I've spoken to him, he's got a desire to stay and play. That, inclusive of the maverick that he is, makes you get off your seat every time he'll get the football. Ricky Holmes is that type as well, isn't he? That we've seen. Nathan Byrne will be that type as well. Nathan Byrne's a little bit more consistent in his performances. The two young boys in midfield, and now obviously in midfield now with Joe, Ez, Crofty, Freddie, and Jake. It's a strong. Obviously, we know Ez can move the right back if we need him to, and the centre back is covered as well. So we've got a lot of flexibility within the group. I'm really excited. I really am. I'm looking forward to the. So there's a little bit of there's a change in some ways. I feel. I think press have said that to us over recent weeks, and players will tell you that in the building. And I'm now starting to feel that as well. There's a shift in performances. There's obviously a shift in points. We've got to capitalise on the points tally, and there's no better way to do it than at home to Millwall on Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock.
Tony Watt's levels of fitness, have they satisfied you?
No, but his desire to make them better has. He worked very hard. He's when you see his fitness stats from when he trained at Heart, he wasn't at a level that I'd expect. So I have to work on that. But at no stage has he quit on anything that I've asked him to do, and that's a positive sign for me.
So mentioned before that you've been busy in this transfer window. Are you likely to make any more signings before it closes?
Yep, hopefully. There'll be a few going out as well, so there's still an awful lot of business to be done. That revolving door will keep revolving, hopefully, and there'll be a new look Charlton as we go into February.
What's the priority? What position are you looking to strengthen?
I don't think it's a case of a position anymore. It's to find somebody that's better than what we already have at the top end of the pitch. For me, that's where at this level, if you score a lot of goals, you win a lot of games. And I think it's a lot of people go the other way and clean sheets. I go the other way and score a lot of goals, and that's how I wanna play. And hopefully we can do that over forthcoming weeks.
Now, a familiar face has arrived back at Charlton today, Lee Bowyer. Now, what can you tell us about this?
Lee's just somebody that known through friends in some ways, and he's just moved back closer to the area. I've got for two very young midfield players that I feel need to start scoring more goals. So when you put, hang on, this fella scored 99 career goals he scored. So from midfield, not as a 10, as an old-fashioned midfield player. Although I don't think he'll take the old-fashioned bit. I think he's only 40, but you know what I mean by that. He was a box-to-box. He was probably one of the last ones of the mould who could score and tackle and excite people. And then I just thought, well, why not bring him in today, do some bits of extra work with young Joe Aribo and young Ezri Concert and some of our young midfield players. I think he's a good role model in some ways. He's more for what he did on the pitch and his tenacity and his desire. I know he's just starting out on coaching. I know he's not achieved what he wants to achieve yet. He's certainly on that path to wanting to do so. He came to watch 123's game in here a month ago, and we let Christmas get out the way and things died down. He's now back, and he said, "Well, come in and put that famous badge of ours back on, and just every now and then just do a little coaching session and go and do some finishing with some of our younger players this afternoon." And I just got informed he scored at the Valley last time we beat Millwall, and hand on heart, you were here, I didn't even have a clue about that. So it's he left this club very, very young and went on to a wonderful career, club and international level. So I think young players will look up to him.
So he'll just look in now and again?
Yeah, he's not an official staff member. If you look at my record at MK Dons, Ian Wright, Robbie Fowler, Nigel Winterburn, I had a number of players who would come in. There's two guy. I had a lot of players who came in, who I worked with, some were friends, Paul Ince as well, who you look at and go, well, they've achieved great things. And sometimes the strength of maybe as a manager is not knowing everything and understanding that, and being able to step aside and let some of these legendary names and people have a different voice to my players, and some of the coaching sessions will be very unique, a lot of fun involved. But it's more about what they can say, the words of encouragement, the words of advice, and in anything in life, with age and becomes more experience and more know-how, and the ones who really grasp coaching are the ones who utilise all that and then are able to pass it on in a very informative way. And I think it's great that we can bring these people in, and it's not a case of me being secure in my job. It's showing that I have security in myself and confidence in myself, that I can let people come in and help, and it's nice that they're willing to do so. And maybe it's a sign of things again, people wanting to come in and help. We haven't had that for a while, have we? So it's nice, and hopefully people appreciate it. I certainly appreciate his time, and I'm looking forward to, well, he should be here, so I'm late, I need to go and get him.
So he'll just take the midfielders for a session?
Yeah, at the end of the session he'll just take one or two of them and just watch, and he wants to learn as a coach, so he feels that he can go and watch us work as well. So it fits, it works for everybody, and he lives local, so he's a local boy, so it'd be nice to have him back home.
Karl Robinson, thank you very much.